I'm pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. I ain't keeping up with what you saying on the internet. I ain't keeping up with the news. But I get that daily paper. Stop playing me. Pap.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My A-spoon going big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. They'll start on the ground, Etienne, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll go again with Etienne. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Straight ahead, Etienne. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 19-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
On 3rd down, Lawrence into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and the Bills will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you, and in this case, they end up with nothing.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And he'll be taken down at the 18.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Here's Allen. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, they matched their opponent's pick 6 from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed after great penetration as they stepped out and behind the line of scrimmage.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He's got room at the 30. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Juwan Johnson from 10 yards out, and the Bills have moved out in front. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give, running right, Etienne. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 70 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. It is a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Etienne once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And that's on the guard, Cody Ford. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A give to Etienne, running right. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 81 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 12-yard touchdown run, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd down, Cook. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 38-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. They only needed a couple, but the blocking was good. And, of course, you can't tamp him down when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
No, and guess what? Not only were they physical at the point of attack, they executed so well. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Everyone has to be in the right spot, taking on a defender to give him the chance that they did, and he took full advantage.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Trayvon Walker, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And he's got Rome. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is a big play in this wild card matchup facing 3rd and goal. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Allen now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll buy some time right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Cook up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Juwan Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys are able to extend their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Hey, Delta. Hey. Coming to you.
On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. From midfield now, Lawrence. This one left side caught by Gibson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Switch gears.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30. Now that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting. And he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devon Hamilton busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
26 mark. Touchdown defense. 26 mark. 26 mark. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 26 mark. Hey, 7.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And now here is another interception. And the Bills are going to get the football back at their own 17. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So after the INT, it's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Barney,
and I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now Lawrence on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Lawrence. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the shotgun, Lawrence forced out to his left. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. And award that sack to Boogie Basham. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence on the move to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there. I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Throwing left side, it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully. Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. There he goes, left side. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 54 yards. And the Bills use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they've got to go and get it right here, right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Lawrence. He's going to take another shot here. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.